Welcome you to our landscaped yard in the San Jose section of Bisbee. Our entire yard came from a general idea, but never from a specific plan. We have included over 120 native and desert adaptable plants that take very little water. And as you go through on your tour of the yard, you will see certain landscaping principles. For instance, if you look here, you're going to see soft curves in the hardscaping, the sidewalks, and also in the trees. And these sharpen the sharp lines of the home and the lines on the roof. You're going to see a variety of color combinations. You're going to see plant leaves. You're going to see cactus that blend right in with everything. The soil is absolutely terrible here. We have 1 to 3 inches of blow sand on top of rock, which blends into caliche. And we often can't put plants where we want, but when you see the final results of this video as you tour the yard, you'll see what can be done with absolutely terrible soil conditions to make the yard beautiful. And if you want to make your yard attractive, it's very easy to do it with low water use plants. The tree that softens the roof lines is a thundercloud plum. It's a relative of the purple leaf plum, but this tree offers a darker red and a little more green in it. And it makes a very nice landscaping plant for the color of our sandstone fascia on the house and the roof color. This large shrub is a sugar bush, or rusovata. It is native to the entire southern and western side of the Mule Mountains, and it has a very small and very beautiful white flower on it, as you will see in the following picture. The Yucca elati offers height, and Russian sage on its left offers both color and height to balance out your ground covers, and the blue color offers a good combination with the reds and yellows below it. On this side of the Russian sage, you have yellow flowering chocolate flowers, plus our neighborhood bobcat paying a visit to Bisbee. Okay. The upright flowering red plant is one of the true red desert plants, and that's called Justicia, and it will get larger year by year. Directly behind it is cat mint with the light blue blossoms, which makes a wonderful large ground cover. Right below it is the yellow callillophus, and this is the bigger size callillophus. Next to it you have more cat mint with the blue flowers, and on the left you have monarda, which spreads by its root system and has a really deep dark purple flower in June and July. The purple flowering plant directly behind the monarda is an agastache, and they have about 6 or 7 different colors, and this is the royal purple. On the shadier side of this bed is a prostrate cotoneaster. It blooms twice a year and produces red berries in the summer and in the winter, and it does very well in the full winter shade. You can see the yellow sulfur butterflies on the Mexican flame bushes, and right now there's about 8 different kinds of butterflies in the yard, including the little tiny gray butterfly that is the second smallest butterfly in the world, and it's only found in northern Sonora and southern Cochise County. Gopher plant is part of the Euphorbia cactus family. It'll withstand temperatures down to about -10 degrees, and it gets beautiful yellow and orange-centered blossoms in the spring. And this is the first plant that will bloom in your yard. The large massing plant that you see in front of you is gray Santolina, and this will spread out to about a 12-foot diameter, and it has beautiful yellow flowers during 2 blooming seasons, in the spring and late summer. It's a desert willow. Its commercial name is Timeless Beauty, and this tree was developed by Richard Matthews, formerly of Bisbee, from a cutting that he took over in the Chiricahua Mountains. The flowers are a beautiful purple with a white neck and it's a wonderful landscape plant for our community. Here we have what is called a yellow butterfly bush, and as you can see from the size of this, it can grow to a height of 12 feet and a width of almost 12 feet. And this plant should be put where you need size in the yard, but you have to be prepared to do pruning on it almost every year when it reaches maturity. The reddish purple plant in a ball shape here is Jupiter's beard, and you will find this plant growing wild in the retaining walls and the cracks in the sidewalk. It's a beautiful landscape plant, and the color of it contrasts very well with the yellows that you see around it in the form of Mexican chrysanthemum, that is the real bright yellow. There are more chocolate flowers in the area. There is also some agastache with a purple bloom, and behind that is Mexican hat with the orange and yellow, and behind that is a red salvia. I hope that you appreciated the tour of our yard, and if I can ever be of any help to you, you're welcome to contact me. I love to talk with anybody about any type of desert plants. And in summary, I'd like to go over just a couple of landscaping principles that may help you. First of all, you need to get rid of your spring itch. The spring is the worst time to plant any type of trees or green bushes. It's okay to plant desert plants in the spring, but you should never plant big trees and green bushes in the spring. The monsoon season is wonderful for everything. Your big trees and your green bushes are best planted in the fall. And again, you should never plant any of your desert plants after the end of August, because you do not have time to develop a root ball on the plants to get through the winter. If you want to put in trees, you should dig a test hole where you want your tree, fill it with water, and if it drains in 24 hours, you're okay to put the tree there. But, just as you might see in our yard, if they don't drain well, the trees will never do well, and they may die after a certain period of time, and then you have wasted all your efforts and all your water. Desert plants, especially the sages, are not designed to be pruned into the shapes of beer cans, footballs, and boxes like you see in Sierra Vista, Tucson, and Phoenix. When you shear them real close, they develop mold, and the leaves and the branches die on the underneath. As you've seen in my yard, the sages are no different than colorful roses. You need to have sunlight get into the inside of the plant. It helps with blooming. You can space them further apart, and they look much more natural. As you took a tour of the yard, you saw the free-form green grass, which is used for emphasis and background. You saw the soft curves in the sidewalks, and you saw the tall trees which break the house lines and the roof lines. Mother Nature does not create any straight lines, and Mother Nature never plants plants or trees in twos. They're always in odd numbers. So please, when you landscape, soften the lines of your house, use soft curves in everything that you do, and do not plant two of anything. And again, thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the tour.